Thank you. Thank you, everyone. All right. So, first of all, thank you, everyone, for being here in Thailand, in Bangkok. I'm pretty sure that the panelist earlier was telling that it's a wonderful city. I've been here 2 days, 3 days myself, and it is amazing. It's an amazing country, and I hope you have fun over the next few days if you're here. I have 20 minutes to myself. I'm Abhishek Bhattacharya, as you can see here. So I am the CEO and co-founder at The Impact Wave. We will be talking about that very soon. And apart from that, I've been a blockchain entrepreneur for more than half a decade. I've been an author in blockchain. And so I come from blockchain, and I hope that I will be able to add value to you today that you've come here at Royal Paragon Hall at FinTech Festival Asia 2023. What are we going to talk about? So driving financial inclusion using blockchain technology and decentralized finance, DeFi. This specifically, or this combination of topics has been very, very close to my heart and my work over the last 4 years, 4.5 years, 5 years. About 4 years back, I founded an organization called Brew Finance in India, based out of India, where we had one simple job to do, which is help farmers. Now, who are these farmers? I'm not talking about DeFi yield farmers, right? Not those, not the DeFi farmers, not people like us who are into DeFi and we call ourselves farmers. These are actual farmers. These are farmers who have been growing crops all their lives, helping us work, helping us have food, and they've worked all their lives to do that. But they are not well-to-do. That is one big characteristic about farmers. So what happens is, what we did was that we created a beautiful platform, of course, based on blockchain technology. That's why we are discussing it here today. And what it meant was that a farmer who just before that had to spend more than 13 to 15 days, half a month, guys, half a month to get a simple loan against their crops. Any crop, any non-perishable crop, wheat, rice, soybean, corn, whatever it is, maize, anything, you name it. Something that can be stored in a warehouse, can be kept as a collateral, and then gradually, eventually pledged for a loan. Huge, right? 15 days. Now, this is the problem, right? What we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at two different stories, and we're going to go really deep into it in just 20 minutes, not 2 hours, in just 20 minutes. So I really request all of your attention, and I hope that at the end of these 20 minutes, 17 more to go, I can see here, will be of good value add into what you know and what you've been doing in blockchain technology, and I've been doing that. So coming back. So let's try to understand that story. Now, what's a farmer doing? A farmer is looking for a loan. They are not well-to-do. They have been spending the last 3 months, 4 months, sowing, harvesting, growing that crop, maybe wheat, rice that you're having. Now, overall, the moment they harvest, they are not well-to-do. They are looking to get their children married. They're looking to get their children educated. They have their household finances to take care of. What they're looking to do is they're looking to get some money. Now, the first thing that they can do is they can go for a loan. The first thing actually they can do is they can just sell their crops before even going for a loan, right? They can sell their crops in the market right after harvesting. Be it India, be it countries in Africa, Europe, anywhere. We've seen the agricultural market works pretty much very similar. So what happens is, right after harvesting, if a farmer is looking to sell their crops immediately, that's not financial inclusion. That's they are not getting the money that they deserve. They are getting pennies on the dollar for every kilogram of crop. Can you imagine? Maybe a kilogram being sold of rice being sold for a few paise in Indian rupees, right? Or maybe a few cents in US dollars. Doesn't make sense. 4 months of hard work. You know what? I'm not going to show such a picture today to make you guys sad, but you'll find plenty of those on the internet, where you'll see that a farmer has taken all their goods to a market, seeing that kind of a price. They are just throwing their 100, 200, 500 kilograms of potatoes on the road, because for them, taking that back is going to be much more costly. They can't afford that. It's better to not get some money than lose double the money, right? We don't face these problems. We don't face these problems in our daily lives. So that's what they have been doing. So that's what driving financial inclusion using blockchain technology. And we're going to discuss that how blockchain has helped it, right? And to do that, I'm going to take the help of two different stories. So today I'm going to discuss, actually, one is which I've already started discussing. I'm going to discuss this story of someone, John, from Africa, South Africa, actually. Or could be from Nigeria because we have hundreds of such stories. Or the same John could be from a southern state in India. Or say Maharashtra in India. Actually, Maharashtra in India is where we started first, 4 years back. Because the problem is same, right? So you know. Now, those two stories are going to help us over the next 15 minutes now understand that what are these two problems that I'm sharing today and why do they even need blockchain technology to make it happen, right? And how blockchain has helped, or even how other industry 5.0 technologies like AI have helped, all right? So, who is John? John is a smallholder farmer, a marginal farmer getting very, not well-to-do, again, is looking to get some money, good money on his crops in Africa, or in India, or anywhere else, but we are in India and Africa, right? That is one story. The other story that I'm going to shift to very soon is about, say, it could be an initiative who, on the other hand, are looking for funds. And people do have funds. Remember COVID? Many people I know personally were donating to COVID organizations. But there was not a transparent, clear, secure, robust way to do so. So that's what the second story is going to discuss. I hope you don't get confused between these stories. These are two different stories. But eventually, they all use blockchain technology to make something happen, which is financial inclusion. So let's discuss about John here. So John, what are the problems that John is facing? And why are we even discussing financial inclusion for such a smallholder farmer? So these are the challenges. Indebtedness. High interest rates, very high interest rates, 35%. Someone who's not even getting pennies on the dollar, how can they even spend 35% more in trying to repay the loan? Absurd, doesn't make sense. High interest loan, high agricultural cost, multiple intermediaries increasing the cost again and again and again. And then adverse weather conditions, and there are so many other things that can happen in a farmer's lives which we are not even, we don't even know, right? That's so sad, all right? So these are the problems that a farmer such as John, or maybe Ravi, or like someone like me, Abhishek in India, if he's a farmer, would be facing. Or in Africa, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Ghana. We are in Zimbabwe and Ghana at this moment. Now, what happens is that these challenges are bad because they're not just monetary challenges, they lead to something like suicides. I'm going to take some guesses if anyone wants to participate. Any guesses in Africa over the last maybe 15 years, 10 years, 15 years, how many farmers might have committed suicides? Any guesses? Any number? Anyone wants to throw any number? How many farmers might have committed suicides in just Africa or India, whatever it is? Any guesses? Yes, please. Okay, so I've got a guess, which is more than 1,000 people in India. Any other guesses to contradict what this gentleman has said? Maybe some outrageously high number or a much lower number, maybe 200, 500. Anyone, any other guesses want to throw? We have lack of time, so we'll move over. Yeah. So I've got a 1,000 number guess in India, just in India. Let me show you that why this problem is much, much, much more worse than what we think or what we can think it could be. These are the numbers. Just in Africa. In that period, 95 to 2010, because that's the data I got, that's the good data that I got, we can just roll it over and the numbers would still be same. 7.5 lakhs, or you can say 0.75 million, just in Africa. More than 3 or 0.3 million, 0.03 million just in India. That's the kind of numbers we have for suicides, farmer suicides, in just two different continents and countries. Right? Zimbabwe, Ghana, same, very similar numbers in Africa. They are the ones where this condition is much worse. So helping farmers, why are we even discussing this? So helping farmers helps you reduce the burden on them. And if they're happy, they grow better food, right? They grow food for us, they harvest food for us, and we are happier. Right? So this is why these numbers make sense, should make sense, and this is something that's always going out of hands. No one does anything about them, right? Let's take a look at some Africa numbers. Just in Africa, more than 33 million people are smallholder farmers. Smallholder farmers, 2 to 4 hectares of land, 5 hectares of land maybe, not much more than that. And these are very little pieces of land. If you see, these are little pieces of land. Again, these are the people who are defined as smallholder farmers. They are not well-to-do. They don't grow so much of crops that they will be able to maybe sustain for 2 years, 3 years on that. So they need support. They need some additional support, technology support somewhere, right? So that's what one organization that I work with does. What it helps is that farmers, more than 80% of those who do not have such collaterals to put up, or if you have a collateral to put up, both kinds of loans can work in this kind of a model. Because it's using blockchain technology, underwriting is sometimes handled by the startups, sometimes handled by the banks, or it could be DeFi lenders who could be handling the underwriting. And that helps us make this possible to provide a platform for financial inclusion of farmers by connecting them with banks and decentralized finance lenders. 4 years, 5 years back, this was not a possibility. In fact, we were the first ones to do so. And that the same platform can connect someone with a traditional bank, giving loans in fiat, and at the same time, with a one click of a button in a multilingual app, just on Android, maybe not even on iPhone, because it doesn't make sense. These people don't have iPhones, right? So, and that app, one-click app, can help them take a loan at the same time from a decentralized finance lender, LP, maybe somewhere in Europe. Now, this is possible with blockchain technology. Of course, regulations come at play, but that's a whole different conversation. But everything can be, solved. Everything can be solved. Now, let's take a look at. So, this was the first story. I hope delving deeper has helped you understand that why this is important. So, I'm going to take maybe 2.5, 3 more minutes to discuss the next story. So, what is the next story? It is, if you remember the 2 stories in the second slide, which was, the second one was helping an initiative. What is an initiative? An initiative is someone who's looking to do good. They could be a non-governmental organization. They could be just entities who are running, aids, who are running some kind of activity to help people. They need funds. And there are people who help. There are people who donate to such causes. And I'm pretty sure here in this audience also many are donating, right? But the big problem is that they still end up not receiving good amounts of funds. And it's not like, it's not a salary, right? That if you don't get good money, you might still be able to do something with it. It's not like that. You have certain goals. You have certain ideas, earmarked, some funds earmarked to achieve certain goals. You don't get those funds, you don't meet those goals, meet those demands. So you need to get the full thing. But that doesn't happen now because, what happens is that the money doesn't reach. It just does not reach them. Let's take a look at some numbers here as well. Numbers make sense, right? Numbers immediately start making sense and help you understand that how deep the problem is. More than $963 billion globally are actually spare funds. How did I arrive at this number? I found it on a very trusted website. And I was even astonished to see that it's such a huge number of people, money with people who are looking to donate this $963 billion, it's earmarked for donation. It's not for personal expenses. It is there for donations. But it's such a sad story that they don't have avenues to do so. They don't have ways to do so. Who does that? What kind of a problem is this? What kind of a third world problem is this, right? Or maybe rather a first world problem this is, that I have money, I want to give, but I don't know how to give it, right? So this is a big number there. And this is retail households. Many of them have started even doing such with online donations, good platforms making it easy for online donations to happen. And this has started happening, but still a large part of it is not going to the required areas. And what happens is that 73% do want to fund and impact an investment and an initiative creating some impact in some corner of the world. And only 16% are eventually able to do so. These 16% are those who are just proactive and they're able to find some online solutions where they can just do this donation. All tax verified, everything, right? Getting a tax receipt in return. 57% have no clue exactly how to deploy their funds and have zero idea eventually, even if they are able to deploy the funds, which includes those 16% as well, that what is the impact I'm creating? Is it that I'm just giving out money and I have no clue? I just get maybe a one-pager in return 2 days later or 2 months later, and that's it, end of story. I don't know. I don't understand what kind of an impact am I creating. Am I even creating an impact, or is this a scam? Or is this going somewhere where I don't even want it to go, right? I can't have an impact investment manager with me who's trying to do this, right? It's just going to increase the cost and everything. Doesn't make sense. We need an automated solution. We need something that can be transparent. So what is synonymous with transparent? Blockchain technology. Nothing else. We got that. 13, 14 years back, we got that technology, right, in our hands. Let's take a look at what those problems are. Oh, yeah. No, back. Can you go back one? Okay, yeah, fine. So what are those challenges to fund an initiative? Number one is lack of awareness, as we just discussed, overhead cost, intermediaries, a lot of intermediaries in there. Transparency and credibility, I want to come back to that point. Transparency and credibility here. And donor priorities changing. Today I want to donate for COVID, tomorrow I want to donate for keeping the Amazon rainforest green and protected. My priorities change, right? So these are few of those such challenges. And what happens is that, okay, the challenges are fine, but these challenges make an initiative underfunded. And 80% of such initiatives are underfunded. I mean, which means that barely any impact is getting created because 80% is a big number. What are those 20% initiatives doing? And are they even able to have a major impact on the world? I don't think so. We need a major share of this, right? So this is another organization that I work with. So I'm the CEO and the co-founder at the Impact Wave, where we are providing a platform that helps you, that connects potential lenders, funders, with a host of vetted, very properly vetted initiatives who are creating awesome impact, amazing impact in the world. We started with Europe. If you remember on the story, I showed the map of Europe, because this is only in Europe at this moment. We're starting in Europe. We just received the confirmation of a very initial investment also. We're just starting off in some places. This one is not in India or Africa, unlike the other use case. And in Europe, we're trying to get these funders connected with those impact initiatives so that they can all create a lot of impact together, and that 80% number can change. And we do it with the help of, so the question actually is that how do we even solve this? So we do it with the help of AI. We do it with the help of blockchain, definitely, but we mix AI with it. And that actually brings in a lot of interesting angle to this, which we have seen that people have liked, funders have liked, because this is something that was missing in their lives before. So that's it, AI meets blockchain. Two things, we do impact distribution, which is powered by blockchain completely. We come to that why blockchain technology at all. And then impact validation, which is powered by AI. And this validation also has fine tuning after maybe a quarter, that what kind of impact you're able to make, whether your priorities have changed. You remember the problem, donor priorities changing. If your priorities have changed, we have an answer for that, and the AI is automatically going to fine-tune your $10 billion or $1 billion or $500 million, whatever it is, into 10 different categories or 5 different categories, completely based on your profile, your preferences, your settings, basically, and is going to be an amazing cohort of impact investments that you as a funder can give, right, can invest into. So, and the curated solution is actually habit forming. We have done some interviews where we saw that they were very interested in the kind of the repetitive nature of it, and it was pretty habit forming. Even when we envisioned the product, it was very clear to us that it's actually forming a habit. Right? It was great. It was amazing. It was beautiful. Right? And the vision aligned, it's aligned to your visions, not our visions. We are not investing on your behalf. I mean, we are just connecting you with the initiatives. It's impact validated. As I mentioned earlier, the validation comes back. You get clarity on what kind of impact investments you're able to make, what kind of impact you're able to create. The process is very easy. The results are, it's completely result-oriented. That this quarter, this is my goal. Am I meeting the goals or not? And even if I'm investing, are the impact investments, initiatives, are they able to meet their goals or not? If not, I won't donate in the next quarter. So they have their OKRs as well. They have their KPIs as well, right? That makes sense? So I'm almost done with my time, and I'm really happy that we were able to cover these two stories. So the question is still this, right? Whether you would do it, right? Not everyone here is an impact investor, but you might have networks. You might have people who are facing this kind of a problem, where they want a platform that can make it seamless. So why blockchain? I wanted to cover that before my time runs out. So why blockchain is because at this moment, as I mentioned earlier, that it was not clear, it was not transparent, not robust at all. Security, I don't know. All of that, what brings all of that? That's blockchain technology. And once we do it on blockchain, you get an entire kind of a credit profile for yourself as well as for the impact initiatives, how they're doing. Because every fund deployment from you to the initiatives and then forward from the initiatives into different activities, everything is traced on the blockchain. So that's there. It's transparent, it's secure, it's robust, and it's all available to the public. There is so much clarity, and it is so easy for an AI even to get back to you with a lot of impacts that you're able to create, and the kind of a report on what kind of an impact you're able to create. So I hope that made sense. That's it. I have 20 seconds remaining. If there are any questions, I would love to take them. If you're interested in any of these ideas discussed today, there were 2 ideas discussed. Just to recap it, there were 2 ideas discussed today. One is financial inclusion of smallholder farmers in India and Africa, and the impact investments across Europe. So anything that you're interested in, feel free to get in touch. I'm on all networks, and my time is over. If any questions, I'll take them, or please feel free to just reach out and ask those questions. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Thank you.